Thanks for tuning in to our Next Guest TV show. I'm Maud and I'm Osei Yaw. We have the CEO of Quality Courier Services on the show to share his experiences with us in the business field. Some people have the business idea and are thinking, how do I start? Where do I start from? How do I get the capital to start? Is it a good business idea after all? Some even postpone and say, I'll start tomorrow and the next, and the year comes to an end, no one has started. Well, you should know that no one became a millionaire working for people, so business is the way to go. The show is brought to you by Moorish Pepper Sauce, Crummy Cakes and More GH, Vidanol for Kids, A-Lee Consults, and FGCA Management Consults. Don't change the dial, we'll be right back.
Welcome to the A-Lee Consults. The A-Lee Consult is a human capital development organization that provides capacity building, skills training, and skills enhancement for individuals and businesses. What we seek to do is to bring to the table in-depth knowledge, insights that will help people to become better at whatever it is that they are doing.
Welcome back from the break. This is our Next Guest TV show. Thanks to Vasante Couture for the lovely outfit and Bronzed Palette for my lovely makeup. Follow there on Instagram as Bronzed Palette and Vasante Couture. So today our guest is the CEO of Quality Courier Services. He is Mr. Osei Yaw. Mr. Osei, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Maud. How are you?
I'm very fine and I hope you are too.
I'm very well, thank you.
Good to have you here.
Great to be here.
So, tell us about yourself. Who is Mr. Osei?
Osei Yaw is a young Ghanaian entrepreneur and a team lead at Quality Courier Service, QCS. I love to work. So, if you want to see who Osei Yaw is, basically the workaholic Osei Yaw.
Basically, it's the workaholic Osei Yaw.
Yes.
As a team lead of Quality Courier Services, what exactly do you do?
So I'm in charge, myself and the team. I mean, QCS don't work in vacuum.
Okay.
I mean, there's a whole team, management team, and the riders. We have permanent and non-permanent staff. So I lead the team to make sure we execute every plan that we have from A to Z. I lead that team to do that.
Wow. Yes. So for how long have you been doing this?
QCS been in business for 10 years.
10 years?
Yes, we started business in March 2010.
Wow.
Yes.
But when you started the business, was it really patronized? Like, because courier services may not have been patronized then. Okay,
so maybe the question should be, how did we start? When we saw the problem of courier services for individuals. Yeah. I mean, when we started, there were the FedEx and the big courier companies that were, they were already in the industry. But what happened was that there were 7 corporate entities. Okay. Now, the employees of these corporate entities also need services. And the big guys in the industry, the entire will not serve them. So we saw that as a niche and we tapped into it. So that's how we started. And when we started, those who know us from the beginning will tell you how we started. We started with not a motorcycle, a bicycle.
Bicycle?
Yes.
Wow.
That's how we started our business. And yes, God has been grateful to us. 10 years down the line, we are here.
So what's the motivation?
So the motivation basically is to succeed. That's the whole idea. Now, one thing that gives me joy every month is when you're able to pay your employers, they go home. You pay your employees, they go home, they are happy, take care of their family. It gives you some joy. And with that, when you wake up every morning, you are gingered to go and face it.
Yes. Is this what you always wanted to do?
Interestingly, I've always wanted to run my own business. QCS is not my first business, actually. My first business failed after 3 years. That's QMS. That failed after 3 years. I've always wanted to do my own thing. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I've never worked for salary all my life.
Wow.
I've never worked for salary. That is what I've been doing all my life, entrepreneur. So I tried something, and thankfully QCS, we are here 10 years down the line. So yes, glory be to God.
So you have totally stopped what you used to do before. Why did you stop?
No. My first business, it collapsed.
Oh,
yes, it
okay.
collapsed
Sorry
in
about that.
2009 due to doomsday times. So yes, that business collapsed, and we started QCS in 2010. Yes.
So knowing that one has collapsed, how come you were not discouraged to start another one?
Why come I was not discouraged to start another one?
Because the first one collapsing could have deterred you from going on.
Failure is not an option. I mean, you have an option to work to make something work, or relax and fail. I mean, I can't do that. That is impossible, if you like.
That is impossible.
Impossible. It can't happen.
But looking at the Ghanaian way of work, how is entrepreneurship like? How would you describe it in Ghana?
Entrepreneurship in Ghana is tough. I mean, anybody who has started something will tell you that it's not an easy task. But I mean, you're determined to make it work. You need to think, you need to read, you need to research, you need to do a lot of things to make sure that things are done right. And I mean, all entrepreneurs everywhere, but in Ghana, it's, if you like, tougher, because it's not a joke to run a business in Ghana.
Knowing that it's not a joke, what are some of the challenges you encountered in trying to start this business, Quality Courier Services?
Challenges?
Yeah.
How much time do you have?
Quite a lot. I mean.
Okay, so the challenges abound. I mean, when you're starting from unreliable employees, let me put it this way. I ran QCS for 2 years before I got my first employee. So we moved from one bicycle, then one motorbike, ran that one for 2 years before I was added another one to it to be able to employ somebody. Now, even employing somebody, how do you get the right person? That's another challenge. Now, when you get the right person, you have a few more people. How do you put in systems? That is also another challenge. And how do you build a business around you? At the point, you should let the business run in your absence. How do you delegate? That's another wahala. So the challenges are enormous. The challenges, but then the determination to make it work, it supersedes all the challenges.
Okay. Quality Courier Services. How did you come up with the name?
That's interesting. Okay, so like I said, I had always believed that the word quality stands on its own. Okay. And if you pick the name quality, it should speak for itself, and the service should mean something. So I told you that my first business was QMS. That was Quality Meat Shop.
Okay.
So when we wanted to do courier, definitely quality has to be in there. Yeah. So is it quality delivery service or quality courier service? Then we opted for courier instead of, because we wanted the quality to be in there. Yeah. That was the whole idea.
But do you think in trying to think through this and put the name across, do you think that the name has a part to play in the progress of the business? Like, does it help grow the business?
No. You can have one of the fanciful names. If your service or your product is not appealing to the populace, I mean, forget about the name that you have. It will not make any difference. It will not make any difference. So the name is, yes, it's good to have a name, yes, but then your service or whatever product you're selling should be able to sell you more than the name. Yeah. Sorry.
You spoke about getting good employers, like the employees, like getting them may be a problem. So how do you fish out who works better for what position? You said also that you have to delegate. How do you manage all that?
I think experience has taught us a lot. Okay. So initially we need somebody, get somebody on board, because you believe that the person is part of your team, you leave everything in their hand. Of course, you're being naive, you are new in the industry. Yeah. You get somebody on board, let me let this person do this and do that. The next thing you see, the person has gone behind you, pushing your clients, sending them SMSs, and all of that. So with that experience, when you bring anybody on board, of course, you delegate, but you delegate cautiously until that trust, if you like, is built, then you can let them. Even that, you still have to monitor.
You still would have to
Yes,
monitor.
you still have to monitor.
But in your opinion, do you think entrepreneurs are born naturally or they are raised, like they get to do something? What's your opinion?
And entrepreneurship can be learned. There are people who are born with this. I mean, they believe that they must do something, but it can also be learned. I mean, there are people who, they don't have any background in any entrepreneurship, but they decided to study it and they're making the most out of it. So I don't believe that they are solely born or they are solely made. There are entrepreneurs who are born and there are entrepreneurs who are made because they decided to study it and make the most out of it.
Okay. In having your business line, is there any strict formula or something you followed to make it to where you are now? Maybe there are some top 10 things or 5 things you are doing right.
You can't get everything right.
Okay.
But I think first, what you should know is that it's a business and you need a discipline. That's critical. You need to be disciplined, especially in your finances.
Yeah.
When you run a business, you are the all in all. I mean, you don't account to anybody from the beginning. I mean, so if you are not careful, you be the business and you do your business, the money comes and it's in your pocket.
Okay. So
that discipline is very, very critical. Then secondly will be your team, the team that you work with.
Okay.
You provide a service. In our industry, for instance, we provide a service.
Yeah.
Now, with the service that I provide, I don't go out to provide a service alone. I work with a team.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't treat your customers more than you treat your team members. If they go out, they treat your customers very well. They see you, I mean, they are all happy, and your employees are not happy. They will go out there and it will tell on your team.
Yeah.
So those two things for me is very critical.
In starting a business, I suppose that you should lay out a plan. Like there are some things you should look out for. What are the things you think when starting a business you should look out for before you even start with it?
Business simply means providing solution to a problem. So if you want to start a business, what you need to find out is whether there is a problem that you are solving with whatever business you're doing.
Okay.
If there is a problem, obviously, yes, you can start it. But even that, you need to find out whether people are ready to patronize your service, your solution that you providing to that problem, whether people are ready to pay good money for that service. Because if you provide a solution that it doesn't make sense, people don't see the value in the solution that you provide, then what's the point? You can also continue to run business at a loss. Yes, initially may incur losses, but you can't continue. It's not sustainable.
In starting a business, most people say whatever they want to start is capital intensive. That is why they haven't started a business of their own. What do you have to say to that?
You don't need capital to start a business. There are clients of ours that I've had discussion with them. We talk, so I need capital to do that. So you know what? Just start it. They started, then sometimes they quit their job, give it full attention, and it blossoms. So it is not capital.
Yeah.
What you need is to have good people around you and be trustworthy.
And be trustworthy.
Be credible. Money, yes, is the lifeline of the business, but you may not get all you need to start. Start it anyhow. Just start.
Just start it anyhow.
Start it. When you start it, you make mistakes, yes, but
definitely. But you learn from them.
You learn from them.
Okay, we have Mr. Osei in the house, and we are still learning so much more. It's all about business. You can't continue being an employee because salary is the tax to bribe you from coming to your real dreams. This show is brought to you by Moorish Pepper Sauce, Crummy Cakes and More GH, Vidanol for Kids, Ailey Consult, and FGCA Management Consult. We'll go for a quick break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Ailey Consult. The Ailey Consult is a human capital development organization that provides capacity building, skills training, and skills enhancement for individuals and businesses. What we seek to do is to bring to the table in-depth knowledge, insights that will help people to become better at whatever it is that they are doing.
back from the break. It's still our Next Guest TV show, and I have Mr. Osei, the CEO of Quality Courier Services, in the house. When people intend to start business, some people consider strengths and weaknesses and say, I'm not good for this, or this is not my area. What do you have to say about that?
You're not good for what?
A particular area. Someone says, I don't think I can do this kind of business. It's not my thing.
He has already failed.
Wow.
Because if he doesn't believe in it, then why start in the first place? You should believe in it, then you give it your all. In entrepreneurship, I keep telling people that if we want it to work.
Yeah.
It's difficult, but burn the bridges behind.
Okay.
Burn it. When you want to start something, what the challenge with people is that what if it doesn't work?
Yeah.
But what if it works?
Okay.
Now, if the joy of succeeding and the fear of failing, which one conquers which?
Obviously succeeding.
Exactly. So if you have that belief in the business, living whatever you're doing will not be a challenge.
Yeah. So you don't necessarily have to have that strength for a particular thing. You just need to focus on.
When you believe in it, for example, you're working with an entity, and mind you, it's not everybody who can do entrepreneurship. I mean, it comes with its own challenges.
Okay.
When you don't have a lot of resources, you need to think, and so it's quite challenging. But if you want to do it, this is what I tell people. I want to do this business, and I'm in a dilemma. I'm already on a monthly salary of this amount. When I start work, I'm not even getting 10% of it. What if it doesn't work? That means I'm losing the 10%.
Yeah.
But what I will tell you is that forget what 100% there. Give whatever you are starting, give it your all. You will make 1,000% from what you're starting. The challenge is when they are looking at what they are leaving behind and where they want to go. That's the challenge. But if they burn that bridge behind and decide to focus on whatever they are doing, they give it their all.
Yeah.
The solutions will fall in place. It will come.
It will come.
It will come.
I know you've made sacrifices. Everybody makes sacrifices to make things work. What are some of the sacrifices you've made to get this going?
Sacrifices. I don't remember the last time I slept for more than 4 hours.
You don't remember?
No.
How?
Because my system is not, you can't even check it. For more than 4 hours.
Wow.
No. I feel like the world is leaving and what you are still in bed. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that.
Wow.
Yes. And I spend a lot of time thinking. I spend a lot of time discussing with my team and all that. So everything is focused on the work. That is a huge sacrifice against, if you like, the family, if you like. But thankfully, my wife is busier than I am. So it balances that sacrifice a bit for me. When we started, like I was telling you, let me give you this one.
Okay.
When we started QCS in 2010, 2010 March, remember I told you that I started that one alone. 4 months down the line, when we had our second client, I was riding the bike myself. I mean, that's how we started. So I had an accident. I was bedridden for 4 months.
Wow.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Yeah, but anyways.
Yeah. So yes, I was bedridden for 4 months.
Okay.
Came back, picked my motorbike, repaired it, and still hit the road against all the odds.
Yeah.
But then you see, like I was telling you, these are sacrifices that you make when you believe that whatever you're doing, you believe that will work.
Yeah.
And you're not looking at plan B. You're not looking at plan B.
Yeah.
If there is a plan B, obviously I'm tired. You go for the plan B, which obviously will be a smoother way, if you like. But then you give it your all, and things will fall in place. They will. They will fall in place.
Where do you see Quality Courier Services in the next 5 to 10 years?
In In the next 5 to 10 years, so our operations for the past 10 years has been serving individuals and a few corporate organizations. But we started something this year. That makes our rates quite high because we charge per distance and all that. But I realized that the world is changing. E-commerce is the new thing now. Now, how do we serve those people and so make their clients feel the need to use courier service? So we developed a new system for e-commerce that gives what? A rate that people don't even seem to. When clients call you and still ask, are you the one who do 12 cedi delivery anywhere in Accra? I say yes. Anywhere in Accra from Tema to Amasama.
And
yes.
Wow.
Yes. So
12 cities.
Yes, I said that 12 cedi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. How we be able to do that? It's based on our years of experience studying the industry and how do we serve this new niche to be able to tap into it and make the most out of it. So your question of where do we see ourselves in the next 5 to 10 years? What we see ourselves in the next 3 to 5 years? The 3 to 5 years, it should be the courier company of choice for e-commerce businesses because that's where the world is going now. And that is what Ghanaians are starting to understand that. So we came up with that. In the next 3 to 5 years, we should be able to be the market leader in that. Then the long term, the 5 after that, we add the corporate world into it. So anybody who's seeking courier services and you have attention to detail, you need excellent service, value for money, become your obvious choice.
Wow.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yes.
COVID-19 has actually displaced quite a lot of businesses. What are some of the effects it had on your business?
Positive and negative. So some of our clients obviously went out of business. But the positive side is that, like I was telling you, everybody then decided to move on to e-commerce. So then how do we make the most out of the situation? That's what I was telling you, that we came up with the e-commerce bit, and that is catching up. That is, if you like, is a new service that we didn't have, but because of COVID-19, we have to come up with that one to be able to serve them. Because people are in their home, nobody's going anywhere. The person you're buying lunch for is no more going to work. So where are you going to buy the lunch? But whilst he's at home, he has ordered work from somebody, he needs it. He can't pay the same cost as paying for the lunch. You get it?
Yes.
So then we divide these things. So it affected the positive and negative, but in all, I think the positives outweighs the negative.
The positive outweighs the negative.
Yes.
What is your biggest achievement?
Biggest achievement is yet to come, but so far...
yet to come?
Yeah.
Okay.
The fact that year by year we're able to add new people to our team, it gives us a lot of joy.
Okay.
They say a lot of people are looking for work, but year by year we're able to add new people who are looking for a job. And for us, like I told you earlier, when they go home end of the month, you know that at least you're also contributing something to somebody's life. So the idea is that we should be able to do more of this, create more job for a lot of people to do, then the world becomes a better place for all of us.
Who do you look up to? Which entrepreneur? What you learn from that person? How has it affected your course of running your services?
I have a lot of mentors that I look up to, but my go-to person is Mr. Kwame Sobu. Yes, he is the managing director of Energy Synergies and the CEO of Elandro Residence. Now, he's my go-to person. If I have any challenge, I go to him. He's the person who advises me on anything. And one advice he gave me from the onset was this: never get satisfied.
Never get satisfied.
Yes. You're looking for 10, you got 10. So, I'm there. Hello.
You have to go further.
There is more to achieve. There's more to achieve, and that has stuck with me from day one. So yes, he's my go-to person. He's the one I look up to, and yes, he's my father and mentor.
How are you able to balance work and family?
Work is difficult, but like I said, my wife, thankfully, it's busier than I am. Sometimes I have to close and go and pick her, but by the time I get there, she's not even done, so I have to spend some time. So on that score, I think we are fine. I think we are fine.
You are not having any issues at all. Is it because she is busy, like just that cuts it?
Yeah, because, you know, she understands my work.
Okay.
She understands that I have a tight schedule in a day. But when you are not home, as when she gets home before you, when you are not home at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., she knows that you are safe, you are busy doing something beneficial, not that you are wasting your time away.
Yeah.
So she understands that score. But when it's family time, obviously, yes, we try to make time catch up with what we lose in the week. Yeah, we try to do that. But in the day, normal working days, we have very, very limited time for ourselves.
Very limited.
Because we're focusing on building what we believe in.
To someone who wants to start a new business from scratch, what are some of the things the person should do? Like, what should the person look out for?
First of all, you should find out whether the service or the solution you're providing, people are ready to pay good money for it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense to even start in the first place.
Okay.
Now, when people start to pay good money for it and they give you the money, what you do with that money is also critical. How disciplined are you to keep good records and invest the money back into the business to be able to multiply? These two things, if you master these two, you should be able to go forward if you master these two.
If we master these two, we should be able to go forward. Are there any things you took chances at that you wished you didn't take for granted? Like any opportunities you felt you should have grabbed, but you just let it slide?
Of course, there are a few, but I believe that all of them came together to make us get to where we are. If your question is whether I will have any regrets, no, we don't have any regrets. We believe that everything that happened was bound to happen, so we get to where we are now. Where we plan to be, we are not there. But we are not where we started from yesterday. So what it means is that we are making progress. So every single thing that came in at that time was just part of the plan for us to get to where we are. That's
interesting. So if someone wants to contact Quality Courier Services, social media platforms, how do they get to you?
Okay, so so far we have 2 services where we do the express service. Then we have the one I just told you about, the e-commerce. The e-commerce line is 0244 910 221. 0244 910 221. Then the on-demand, where things are done within an hour. Whatever you want, you just make the request, is done within an hour. The contact is 0243 621 994. 0243 621 994. Yes, those are the numbers.
What specific services do you provide?
What specific services? So, QCS, like I said, is a courier service. They provide total courier solutions. So somebody needs an item picked, somebody needs something to be bought, somebody needs to pay bills, somebody needs to forgotten key pass, whatever it is, whatever service that you don't have time to do, let us do that one for you. That's what we've been doing for the past 10 years. Then we came in with the e-commerce bit where people buy stuff, they want to deliver it to them. I mean, everybody is on IG now. Yes, they buy and sell it there. So whatever people buy online, we take it upon ourselves, we pick it up from anywhere in Accra and deliver it anywhere in Accra for 12 Ghana cedis.
But do you do outside Accra?
So right now we have partnerships and we do door-to-door deliveries in 7 cities. We do Kumasi, we do Sunyane, we do Takrade, Takwa, Ho, and Hohoi.
Wow.
So these cities, yes, any item that needs to be delivered there. So if somebody buys item in Accra and need it delivered there, yes, we can do that for you. Your next question is at how much?
No, not at how much. But sometimes when you want to take a step, some of us are considerate. How old do you think one should be to even think of starting a business?
How old?
Yeah. Because some people feel they may be too young to do some things.
There's not. I registered my first company when I was 19. That was when I registered my first company. That time, I didn't even know what. All I had was the company, and we didn't even have an office. But I had a call card in my pocket because.
Yeah.
So, and even that, we didn't. The business that we run in that one, which is about 6 also. 6 seals. 6 times if you like. Yes. So there's nothing like too young. I don't think so. The earlier the better. Because when you start, you make mistakes.
Definitely.
You will make mistakes. So if you start early, you make the mistakes early, it saves you a lot of hassle in the future.
Saves us a lot of hassle. Kindly give us your last words to the audience, what you want them to pick up, some basic things.
I believe that you should believe in your dreams. I believe that entrepreneurship is the way to go.
Okay.
I believe that entrepreneurs have the solution to our problems. Let me give you a quick example before we go. Right now we are in a political season and everybody is talking about Okada.
Yeah.
I told you that in 2016 we presented a road plan on how to cut the menace of Okada to the then government. Nothing came up of it. When this government came, 2018, we presented the same thing to them. But in the year 2020 election, they are still talking about Okada. But my point is that if they rely on the entrepreneurs, they have the solutions, they should help them, push them, and Ghana will be a better place.
And Ghana would be a better place. Mr. Osei, thank you for passing through.
Welcome, Maud, and thanks for having me.
Thank you once again. Right. It's been Mr. Osei on the show. It's been insightful. I mean, I've learned a lot, and I know you have too. So just take that step and start the business, and you are good to go. This show is brought to you by Moorish Pepper Sauce, Crummy Cakes, and More GH, Vidanol for Kids, Ailey Consult, and FGCA Management Consult. And do remember to observe all the safety protocols. COVID-19 is real. Catch us same time next week. Bye.